Hey guys, it's me. I thought let me invite you to dinner tonight. So what I'm having is some macaroni. So here are the ingredients: tomato, onions, and so I have a question for you. What do you call a cow without legs? Ta-da! Ground beef. Silly me. So I've already put my pan on. As you can see, the fire. And now I'm going to add some oil. So I usually like cooking with canola oil for reasons I'm not quite sure of. I think for some reason it kind of like alternates olive oil. I could be wrong, but anyways. So first things first is browning my onions. Oh, I usually mix my onions with some green pepper. That's the green stuff you see there. So I'll stir until brown. Okay, I'm using a fork. I don't know why. I kind of like got myself used to using fork in everything that I do when I cook. So as you can see, the onions is beginning to sweat and also brown a little bit. And that's exactly what I want. So I'm satisfied with the browning of my onions as well as green pepper. So guys, whenever I cook for about 3 or 4 days because I live alone, and most of the time I don't have time to cook. So I cook a very large chunk of meal, so that's over the next 4 days I will not be cooking. I just throw things in the oven and start eating. So the next ingredient is going to be my tomatoes. Everything is diced. My onions are diced, my green peppers are diced, my tomatoes are diced. So I'm just mixing it up until also the tomatoes get a little bit soft, and then I will add some flavors and seasoning. And let's see what comes next. So then guys, then I put like a spoon and a half of salt. Yeah, I know it's a lot, but that's me. So in this container I keep all my seasonings. As you guys can see, I've got shisanyama seasoning, which I'm not using. I like to use Knorr oxtail vegetable most of the time. This I use sometimes. As you guys can see, I have a lot of Knorr products in here. So these are the things I'm going to be using for my macaroni. And for coloring, I like to use Raja curry powder, which I'm going to be using right now. And as you guys can see, there are more of Knorr soups that I use, and other, what is this? Oh, I also like using Heinz stuff for steak and all that stuff. I love my meat. I then use the curry powder, Raja curry powder. I like the brown one, and I like it. Okay, this one is packed. This sachet is already finished. So what follows next is my ground beef. As you guys can see, it's getting a little dark. Maybe I'll turn on the light. And then I mix my ground beef with all the onions, tomato, and the curry powder that I had added, and salt, so that they blend and marry. So I will leave this for about 5 minutes while the ground beef sweats out the oil, also some water. But I will add some little bit of water. But I am going to add some little bit of water so I can add other things to my ground beef. Oh yeah, did you guys get the joke? What do you call a cow without legs? It's called a ground beef. Ha ha ha. Silly, hey? As you can see, it's starting to brown up. So I'm just going to leave this for 3 minutes to sweat out all the other minerals that I need in this. Okay, so guys, this place is dark. I just realized that my kitchen is dark. But anyways, as you can see, there is some water slash oil. After 3 minutes of leaving it to sweat it out. After 3 minutes of letting it sweat it out, so I'm just going to add some little bit of water. So this is a half a cup of water. I'm gonna add in there. And here I'm going to leave it for about 10 minutes so it can simmer and continue to marry each other until I'm satisfied enough to start making my macaroni, because I'm going to mix it, because I'm going to mix them together. I like them mixed up, sort of like spaghetti. Okay, I'm not an Italian. I do this my own style. So guys, like I said, I like to use Knorr beef stew soup type of thing, and so I like to pour it out in a bowl because I like to mix it with lukewarm water. So I have a kettle of some lukewarm water. And I add it onto my ground beef, and this time I'm using a spoon. So as you can see, it's gonna start becoming a little bit mushy, and that's the consistency I like. As you can see, it's now mushy or thick, or whatever terminology you use. I like to use mushy, and this is exactly what I want. And I'm gonna leave it for another 2 to 3 minutes to marry the ground beef, the tomatoes, the onions, as well as the green pepper and other seasonings as well that I part and parcel. So I like to use this pot to cook. Sorry, I broke the handle some time ago, but it's my favorite pot. Once again, what I usually do is I put oil so that my spaghetti, but I like them separate, and I put some boiling water. So let me start with the boiling water. So then I would put like a tablespoon of oil in the water, and then we go to the mixture. I think it's ready now. It's 3 minutes later. I get it out of the stove. And replace it with the pot of water that I just made for my macaroni. So guys, I like to use this brand, Fatties and Monies, for my curled pasta shells. What I've been calling them all along. Yeah, it's curved pasta shells. My apologies. Whatever they are called. I mean, I call everything either spaghetti or macaroni. So I added some more water because I realized that one was a little bit too little. So I would pour the whole thing, and I immediately stir so that I don't give them a chance to get stuck to each other. I let the oil do its job. So I like to leave my macaroni or spaghetti or whatever this Italian stuff is for about 5 minutes. Immediately it starts boiling, and I drain the water or sift the water. Then I mix the macaroni with the stew that I made earlier, and it becomes my final product, and I'm happy. We're waiting for the water to boil for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, I just drained the water. Let me show you what I want. This is the type of consistency that I want. It's not fully cooked. It's like semi-cooked. The reason why is because after it's done cooking, it's still going to cook itself. I didn't realize that I was not recording. So anyways, what I did, guys, I took my ground beef stew and I mixed it with the spaghetti. No, with the macaroni. The reason why I'm doing it on the sink and off the heat is because I don't want the macaroni to overcook, because it's still going to cook itself just before my dinner. So basically, guys, this is the final product of my dinner tonight. I know it's not the best looking dinner meal, but I'm satisfied. It's gonna last me for about 3-4 days. So I'm just probably going to put some condiments, some hot sauce, because I like those stuff with this meal. So guys, that's my dinner for tonight and the next 4 nights, unless I order something out, which I doubt I will. So yeah, I'm not a best cook, but I try. So thank you so much for watching this cooking show of mine. Yeah, food channel. Here I come. Haha. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. Also like, share, and comment down below. And I will see you next time on my next video. Goodbye.